So how do we solve this equation when we don't have the same, so how do we solve this system of equations where we don't have the same variable? Notice that I have a different y, I have two different y's, and I have two different x's. Well, the goal now would be to create either a similar x or a similar y. So how can I do that? Well, I can say that I'm going to take my first statement, which would be this equation. I'm going to multiply this by 2, and that's going to give me a new third equation. So let's do that. Let's multiply this entire equation by 2. Or if I do that, I get 4x plus 2y is equal to 28. So now I found 3. Now all of a sudden we have 2y and 2y. So I'm going to say, well, I'm going to take my second equation and I'm going to subtract this from my third equation to solve y. So let's do that. Let's say 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. I'm going to subtract this from my third equation, the new one I just calculated, since my two y's are the same. Now, negative 3 minus 4, that gives me x, negative x. These two cancel. We have negative 6 minus 28. That gives me negative 22. I want to divide both sides by negative 1. So I get x is equal to 22. So now we can solve y. So how do we solve y? Or we can solve y by substituting y. So we're going to substitute y into, let's put it into 2. Okay, I need to substitute y into 2. So I get 3. Look, where's 2? Well, 2 is over here. And we just calculated x. So calculating x is going to be times 22. Oh, my y value is going to be huge. Plus 2y is equal to 6. And now I can just solve for y. 6. I drag this from the left to the right. This becomes negative 66. I have 2y is equal to negative 60, and therefore y is equal to negative 30. So let's go over to the right hand side and test this. Right, we want to test this. Well, I'm going to test this using 2. So I can say, well, 3 times 22 plus 2 times negative 30 should give me 6. I get 66 minus 60 should be equal to 6, and therefore 6 is in fact equal to 6. So all we want to try do with these type of equations is we want to create the same variable, either x or either y. If we do that, we can either subtract or add them. Then we can solve one variable. In this case, I solved x to find y. Other cases, you might want to solve y to find x. In my next video, I'll go over 3, where we have 3 different variables, x, y, and z.